Today, I'm certainly not here to inform you about any psychological studies or how the human brain functions, because I'm not a psychologist, and I'm sure if you want to hear about all that, you wouldn't come to me. I'm here to point out some characteristics of negative people and also give you some examples of negativity in our everyday lives. So let's start with what negativity actually means. According to the dictionary definition, it is type of attitude that is not optimistic or enthusiastic. Do you think this definition is enough? Some scientists claim that negativity can even be considered as brain disease. Does this sound to you like an exaggeration? Well, it isn't. And we rely here on the most important theory about depression, known as the theory of Aaron Beck. Beck's assumption is that the main reason people suffer from depression is because their thoughts are negative. When we are negative, our brain processes everything in a way that leads to negative thinking. But let me clarify something for you. We use the term negative or toxic for people that are negative from the minute they wake up to night sleep. Some negative people characteristics are: number one, they don't care about their own personal development, but get too busy with other people's personal development. Number two, they are gossipers and only make nasty comments. Number three, they believe they are misfortunes, and here I can mention an example with traffic lights. When we see the green light from a distance, we often think the red will be on when we get closer. And it usually does. But we don't understand that this is completely arbitrary. We all know that the traffic lights are set to turn green or red at specific intervals. Let me proceed with number four. They defy common sense and rely on their own. They are inexplicably complacent and consider themselves to be superior to others. Number five. They are kings and queens of drama and nagging. Number six. They are annoyed at meaningless details. If you are at the cafeteria with a negative person, they will like the music, or the decoration, or even the glass that you're drinking from. They don't seem to care about having fun, but maybe more about raiding the cafeteria. To my mind, the most important characteristic is number seven. They find obstacles everywhere, and I really don't get the logic behind this. In your life, you may be lucky enough not to fall into the bad habit of smoking or any other bad habits, or even develop a disease. But why let your own thoughts kill what you dream of? Now, I have some tips for you how to rid yourselves of negative people. Tip number one. At first, you just have to ignore such a person. And we all know that when you ignore somebody, this person will ignore you back after some time, so you end up strangers. And that's exactly what you want, right? Tip number two. If it's not so easy for you to kick people out of your life, which is quite understandable, you can take time for yourself and try to comprehend what is negative and try to minimize it in your life. Lastly, tip number three. You can hang out with people that are positive and spend some time with them doing things that you love. You know what? Every day I see teenagers this close to suicide, and for me, it just doesn't feel right. Because you can get over things. You can get over anything in your life if you really want to. Every day when you wake up, it's clearly your choice whether to live life with happiness and joy or not. There is no other feeling in the world like feeling happy. In other words, free and alive. When we are negative, we feel exactly the opposite. Okay, it's a mad world, we all know that, so stay away from negative people. They have a problem to every solution. Over these 5 minutes, I hope I've helped you realize that this is the worst you can do to yourselves. Closing, I would like to challenge you by asking you to show this card to negative people you know. Listen, Leaving this room, I don't want you to remember my name. Just keep this from me. Negativity has already dominated our world. Please don't let this happen to your dreams. Thank you.